Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming. I'm bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Horatio Goes Snowboarding. This game is developed by Infinite State and East Asiasoft and published by East Asiasoft and releases on December 22nd, 2021. It's a sports snowboarding game. Unfortunately, we don't quite have the price yet for the game, but I'm going to kind of tell you my thoughts on it after we talk about it for a smidge and what I hope to see the price and maybe what I'd recommend based on that price point. So this game is kind of a hybrid of two games that you probably grew up playing with and didn't really realize it. As you can see here at the start of the game, we have a very Frogger-esque dodge car style game where you control this little snowboarding dude where you have to get from one end of a street to the other end with a snowboard to then be able to go snowboard down a mountain. Now, the main premise of the game is you're just trying to score points, dodge obstacles, complete courses, and while you're playing, you earn cash and experience points. Now, if at any point you crash your snowboard or get hit by a car, you have to pay medical bills of $100. Or if you lose your snowboard, you have to pay $20 to get a new snowboard. Once you run out of cash, your game session's over with. So the goal is score as much as you can, get as much cash as you can, and progress further through each day. Now the game plays on a day basis. As the days continue, the game does get harder, as the slopes that you're skiing on will progressively increase in difficulty. You might run into things like abominable snowmen, yetis, other skiers on the slope, and you really have to dodge all those while just coming through this downhill style. Now, if you ever got to play a snowboard game on your computer where you kind of just run down a hill and you're constantly being chased by a yeti, this is kind of that like same mechanic system. It's just endless snowboarding and you're going from one point to the end and you just try to last as long as you can and get as far as you can throughout the game. Now, as each day progresses, like I said, the traffic's either going to pick up or get harder to cross the streets on, or you're just going to have to do different little things to kind of speed your way across, all while trying not to die, get hit, and just score as many points as you possibly can. Now, there's two modes to the game, the regular campaign mode you see here, and then also an endless mode. But that endless mode is going to be a grind, as you need to bank a total of 1 million points just to be able to unlock that endless mode. So this game is extremely challenging, but it comes with, honestly, a pretty nice little soundtrack that kind of really helps immerse you into this game, as well as visuals. It's not too bad of a game. It kind of fits that snowboarder-esque, what you'd kind of expect style look from this kind of game, all while presenting its own sense of difficulty, which in the first couple days isn't too hard to really handle and muster and deal with, but it does ramp up quite a bit, especially once you start to get used to it. So getting those higher scores that the game does ask you to do for some of the achievements will get increasingly harder. You'll probably find yourself failing the first, second or third day as you play, but the game does want you to continually get as far as you can, and that's going to become a challenge as you just continue to play and push forward while going through. You're going to have a wide variety of achievements from, making it X amount of days without ever getting hit by a car, or scoring a certain amount of points. The game will ramp up, and the achievements are actually pretty tough and unforgiving. When it comes to a lot of East Asiasoft titles that we've played recently and covered on the channel, achievements are generally something that's not too hard for a lot of these games, so it is kind of nice to see a game from them that actually asks quite a bit from you in the sense of what you need to do to really get everything. Now, there are some of the creators that have already managed to fully complete out the game, and it's not an impossible completion. It's just not, a simple, you're going to be done in 5-10 minutes, and, you can move on to the next game. You're going to have to spend a little bit of time really understand how to play this game, and that's going to really help set you up to succeed and be able to really get all those achievements. Now, my overall experience for the game, I think the controls are actually pretty, fluid and easy to get, control with. Nothing's too, rigid, nothing seems too delayed or laggy. It feels honestly very smooth and the way you would think. You may want to invert your controls when it comes to going down the slope depending on, the playstyle that you're used to, but for the most part, it's not anything that's too overly demanding. I'd say the average gamer could expect to get, 2, 3, 400 gamer score out of this game really without much effort, and as you, exceedingly progress through the game, you're just going to get harder and harder days while you're playing. As you can see here, we're getting medical bills, we're getting crashed, and you'll see our funds start to slowly deplete, especially when you're trying to talk. It can be hard to kind of play the game and go at the same time. But, ultimately, it's not a game that's too overtly impossible to complete out, it's just going to take you a little bit of time, and you have to really micromanage everything you're doing to be able to get through. I'd say some of the hardest parts that you'd think would be skiing is sometimes just these Frogger-style slopes that you have to micromanage your way through to be able to really, get to go down those hills and then dodge all the craziness from, the trees that slowly start with you, to cones, to hitting the barriers, to honestly the little yetis who you might see, the little like abominable snowman guy chasing you down, can be honestly pretty challenging to really deal with. Hopefully we see him here on this run. The skiers aren't anything that's too hard. Sometimes they'll stack up and it gets a little challenging. But for the most part, I don't think you're going to struggle with too many things about the game. Now, as far as my opinion, if I think you should buy, wait, pass, sale, that kind of bit for this game, I definitely think this game's pretty fun and would be worth picking up. If it falls under that, $15 or less price point, I'd say if it's over $15, it might be worth waiting until it hits a sale point. But if you do want a game that's not, insanely difficult and you can easily, have a little bit of fun, get some gamer score, and we'll give you a little bit of a challenge, this game is definitely that for you. And, for me, it's been a fun experience trying to have a good go at it and get as far as I can and try to beat my friends and best their records. If you guys do decide to pick up the game, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know, how far have you gotten? How many days have you made it through? And what are the scores that you're really crushing it on the leaderboards? If you have any questions about the game, please let us know down in the comments. If you want to see more gameplay, see if we can get any crazy run distances, let us know down in the comments. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. We love bringing content like this to you guys. We know we're trying to improve it all the time, and yeah, we'll finish out this run here, let you see how far we can get, but once we do die, we'll wrap it up here. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you all next time. Oh, look, there's that crazy Yeti guy who really just wants to kill us. He'll eventually just kind of like speed at you, so you kind of really gotta stay out of his radar to avoid him. It looks like we're actually doing good. We might actually do another day here. Let's see if we can't crash these guys. Oh, and there we go. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the review, and we'll catch you guys next time on the channel.